Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gearblocks. Continuing work on the T3. I'm just naming all my trucks T1, T2, T3. It's easier. Previous video, I'm pretty sure this was in the last one. I got the dash started, sorted out the chassis, or at least got it somewhat sorted out. I got it to a point where I can now make the chassis look better. It'll work. It should drive, which is what I want to do first, actually. Make sure this thing drives. It should have enough of a drivetrain in it to drive now. Yes, just simple drivetrain. It should. Okay, it's not. Oops, not hooked up yet. So let's do this really quick and see if this thing actually drives or not before I get too far into it. Oops. Alternator. Where's the battery? Did I not put a battery in it yet? I haven't put a battery in it yet. Have I even? I haven't even spawned in a battery for it. Quick side note, I've been up since 5 o'clock today, 5 in the morning, when I'm not usually up until 7 or 8 because of my back. So I'm a little on the tired side and a little on the I can't think side. So just bear with me. I need to put the starter back on. So I'll just put it down here somehow, or I could see if it'll go up here. Or for the moment I can just put it where it normally goes and not care. I do need to change it to false. I would like to make it so that the chassis can twist a little bit like a real truck, but I'd have to do a little bit of work here to do that. It wouldn't be too hard, and I still could do it pretty easily, but I don't know. I don't know if it's really needed or worth it. I did that with one of my 6x6 trucks, and I like it, but again, I don't know if there's much of a point. There's also currently no steering. Okay, there's no... There we go. Actually, I'm going to grab that as well. My allergies, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but my allergies are also kind of bad at the moment because, you know, spring allergy season. There we go. Okay, it should drive once I remember to take that out. I need to make sure it's got brakes, which it doesn't. I'll just quickly go like this, just to get them working enough for testing. I will need to adjust the spring rates and stuff once I have it done, so that there's not constant bump steer like this. Alright, this should start. Assuming I use the right buttons. I used to use left shift and E, but because of the gearbox that Laws made, and wanting to make my own, left shift becomes shift up instead. And I think my engines run backwards. Oh yeah, one, there we go. And there we go. It does work. Not the greatest, but it does. I'm not a huge fan of the tie rod, but that's really all I can do at the moment. I would also like to change the ball joints on either end so they're just oriented a different way. Oh, it's stalled. Of course it's stalled. Wow. Why is it so gutless? I know this is supposed to be my base version of the 6-cylinder, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. Oops. Stop rolling back and forth. I wish vehicles would just sit in one spot, but they never just sit still. It'd be nice to have a brake or something that engages, like a parking brake, that automatically engages when you're not sitting in the seat, and then when you sit in the seat, it disengages. I could just make a parking brake. But yeah, let's see. P does nothing. So I'm going to just kind of go like this. I'm going to put it up here for the time being. Invert, seated, toggle, full arc. Oops. Parking, brake, set it to P. Now, it shouldn't just roll around. I can push it, but there we go. No, it's not really working. It might be. And now that it's got more power, it drives okay. And this is the only reason I don't like leaf springs, is watch the axle wrap or roll or whatever. That's so bad. So yeah, it drives. So now I can finally just finish it. Finish the body and stuff. Okay, so I think... do I want to make it twist or no? I think I'm going to build it without it twisting first. And then we'll go from there. Let me know in the comments, do you think I should make the chassis twist a little bit like a real truck does, or should I just keep it solid? It's not like it'll really take any more work or make it more complicated or difficult. I just need to put a little pivot here with a spring and it'll work fine. Okay, I'm not putting any more of those at the moment. Not until I have the bed actually made. And then I'm going to bring it out like that. And this will be the center plate. Like so. 8, when it does this, it just kind of connects to whatever it wants to, even if you're not actually looking at it or if it's across the map or whatever. It's annoying. Let me do that. And that. I don't want it touching the gas tank though. Fuel tank, whatever. Gasoline. And there we go. Depending on how I build this, that's going to touch. So I need to move this back by a block. Okay, there's the front panel. And the back one, if it would go in the right spot. There we go. That'll probably be it for the base bed. I could make it a tad bit longer in the front, but we'll see. Righty. I now need some supports. I should also change this to aluminum. Just mute my mic really quick so I can clear my throat. I'm so tired of having allergies, but whatever. I need to load in the taillights that I use. I would like to use different taillights, I think. But again, we'll see. I need to update these and resave them. I'll do that at some point. Okay. So it looks like that at the moment is the best option. Did I put these on the right sides? Hey, no. This one goes over here. And there goes my controller disconnecting. Go. And then this can go forwards. Like so. Oops. Alright, there's the main frame for the bed. Take plates like this. How do I want to set up the side of it? The wheel only goes up by 1, so I don't need it to be much higher than that. I should grab some fender pieces. Do I have any prefab fender pieces, or should I take them off the T2? I think I'll just take the ones from the T2. Oh, no, right there. This is the fender from the T2. How does it fit with those wheels? A little weird. This curve is meant for the bigger wheels like this. Not these small ones, so I need to adjust them a little bit. Really? Okay, if I unlock everything, grab it all, put it there. I could do something kind of like this instead. I feel like it's still too high, but that will work. I'm going to change my idea a little bit from how I was going to do that. Just bring that down so I can inset that like that. And it does need to move out. Like, be moved out a little bit, I think. Okay. So bring that down then, even though I didn't want to. And then go like that. And that works better. Which means I need to use these instead. There we go. Okay. I don't like how there's that little bit there kind of sticking out, but I can figure something out after. I just want to get the main shape of it laid out, like I've mentioned before, and then I can make it look better after. That comes down like that, and then I do need this to put there, which I can use instead of these, like so. And it's definitely not perfect, but it works. It works for now. Okay, now I gotta do the other side. I am trying to keep in mind that I want to be able to put, like, really long travel suspension on it. I'd like to be able to just take out the entire axle on the front and back and swap in, like, Baja style suspension or rock crawler suspension or something. Just so that it's easier for people to use when they download it from the shop. And it's easier for me to work on. So there's one side of the bed done. I also need to make kind of like side skirts for the side here, which actually won't be too hard. I could just use an L plate instead of this plate. I'll do that in a sec. And technically the front here can just stay open. And then this one should be more like this for a better departure angle. And then I can adjust how much angle I want thereafter. I just feel like the floor of the bed is a little too high, but whatever. It'll be fine. Okay, let's finish this really quick. I should also be using a U or L plate on there, but again, I'll make it look better after. That's what I used to do in Scrap Mechanic and on like Google SketchUp when I was doing all this more realistically, I guess. Because I used to design stuff on Google SketchUp all the time, but I kind of got out of it for some reason. Probably because I can't put anything I make on it, whatever, into a game without converting and using another program to do stuff and blah blah blah, so there's not much point. SketchUp is the easiest, but it's also like the least versatile, which sucks. There we go. There are plugins for it that allow you to do things, and there used to be a lot more plugins for it, but oh well. Okay, now I just need a small wheel well, which looks like I'll be able to do this and have it turn out pretty good, actually. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Okay. Actually, I don't need to go quite like that. Let's grab a U plate. That in the middle. And then I'll grab another one of these. Just stick it there. I'm not sure if I'm happy with how wide that is, or if I want to make it narrower. Oh, those are plastic. Oops. Well, this all to be aluminum, not plastic. I guess these outer parts here could be plastic, but I don't want to. I would like to have these in a little bit more, but I guess they work better being like that. Keeps it in line and gives extra space and stuff. So I'll just leave it like that. And then I wish there was more of a gap up there instead of having such a thick piece there, just so it can articulate better. Just kind of thinking about things as I place this in, just different ways I could do bits of this differently. But whatever. Really? Really? Oh yeah, I made a new engine the other day, just kind of messing around. Oops. This, I took my 6-cylinder from that and put it here, and then I duplicated it and put another one on this side. Like literally, firing order number 1, Firing order number 1. I didn't change the firing order or anything. And it works. It sucks, but it works. And then I changed the firing order and put it on that chassis. So the bed's technically done now. I still need a tailgate, but it's usable. I want to switch out this piece still. Why don't I just delete it? Alright, there we go. Using this piece will make it... There we go. We'll just make it all fit together better. More seamless. Like so. But there's still that. So maybe... Why is my phone going off? So maybe I use L plates there instead. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. And then I still have to replace this one, but I don't want to do that with it on chassis. Oops. I also need to do something so that I can take the bed off and on and line it up properly. So I'm going to take this for the time being. Oh yeah, it's off a little bit because of those. There we go. Alright. I'll put on the rest of the body mounts after. I'm also almost out of time already. I never get everything I want to do done in these videos. It kind of sucks, but I'm also building without a plan, so it's not surprising that I'm not getting everything done. I'm also likely going to be tucking a parking brake in my gearboxes from now on. Somewhere. I don't know where. I could just put it like in this gear here. Actually, you know what? Because yeah, that is the output. So if I go like that, can't see it. Well, you kind of can. But that'll work as a parking brake. Like so. Alright, I need this still for the front end. I don't need that. And I don't need all of this. No, I don't need that. I need to clean up this area again so it's not so laggy. I'll grab more gears and stuff when I'm actually ready to do or finish up the drivetrain. Another thing I was doing was seeing if clutches would work, but they don't. You can't transfer power through friction, which really sucks. I also really want to use analog gauges rather than everything being digital, but it's kind of hard. You can do something like this for torque, how much torque an engine motor's putting out. But I haven't figured out anything for speed or RPM yet. I can go. I need to save everything and get rid of it. Or not get rid of it, but despawn it for now. Oh, look. Missing parts still here. Either way. That is it for today. This truck is, for the most part, turning out how I was hoping it to. Again, this is just the base, most boring, simple version of it. So I'm trying to get it to just kind of work while looking decent. I forgot I wanted to change the orientation of those. I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way. That's it for today, because I'm out of time. So, as usual, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, anything you want me to check out, feel free to leave it in the comments below. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I wonder what it has, like, suspension flex-wise. Let's test that really quick. And it's stalled. It does seem to overpower the parking brake fairly easy. It automatically applies the brake when you get out. Oh, I'm trying to use controls that are a mix of Laws's sequential 6-speed and this terrible 5-speed. I kept pressing Control R, which is how I have the 6-speed set up for reverse. Ooh. With the amount of weight this currently has, it has no flex. Like, none at all. Which kind of sucks, but I'm not surprised. By the way, bye-byes.